わかるはずないだろう。俺はお父さんの子供なんだから。
So, one, he desperately needs therapy. Hello, welcome. We're the Custodians. I'm Rhett.
And I'm Gabe.
And this is My Hero Academia, Season 6, Episode 16.
Nope, wrong again.
Sorry, after the whole war arc, Joe hasn't woken up from his coma yet.
Yep.
Probably in the midst of some kind of metaphysical spirit world journey with his past lives. Hopefully we find out what quirks he's got. That would be swell. but yeah, it's just gonna be Gabe and I here. Joe is, he's a little too preoccupied to wake up at 4 in the morning. But yeah, we're here. For My Hero Academia. Gabe, what happened in the previous episode? Musha retired.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
Oh, fucking, yeah, that.
What a bitch. Now, he was actually planning on retiring. It was just bad timing. I don't care. You could have had a big to-do for, like, a going-away celebration. But if this happens, I'm sorry, dude. Push it back, like...
This was the worst timing.
This is beyond the worst timing. Like, this is when society needs just even the illusion of security the most. And if one of the top 10s is going, I'm going to Tahiti, that's not a good look! Native wouldn't have done that. Well, anything else before we get started?
No, I think we're good to roll.
Before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe, follow us on social media, top description, like Twitter and Twitch. Then if you would, please support us on Patreon. Get a shout out during the video. Boom! Going through the middle, not over Gabe this time. All those cool, amazing Patreon supporters. They also get access to Patreon exclusive polls, our Discord, and full-length early reactions. So with all that out of the way, let's get started. On Ga! In 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh,
so this is back when, yeah. I would like to sell you my daughter. Are quirk marriages flat out illegal or just really frowned upon? God damn! Literally on their first meeting, she says she likes those flat. You gotta hand it to Endeavor. You know, he remembered that shit.
Oh.
This is what he needs. This is what he needs, right? This is, you know, Endeavor's in the ultimate funk right now. What he needs is for people to come in and tell him, it's like, no, you need to get your shit together, all right?
He's got so much fucking baggage right now.
We can't let him slip into despair like Yorai Bitcha.
I think Toya needs to talk to...
Let's go!
Oh.
Let's go! Yep. Let's go! Good. Okay, so from a point from a point of concern. Let's go. That's a point for Endeavor. Interesting. So he's like, yeah. So he got his mother's constitution. He got her resistances and his spell book.
It doesn't bode well for Shoto at all, though. He has more firepower than Shoto, but... And
he can handle ice, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, cute little Fayumi. Yep, you set him down the path. You can't pump those brakes right now.
Yeah. We're gonna lock his ass in his room.
We're not Elsa-ing this shit, alright? Conceal, don't feel, Toya.
Alright, so Endeavor probably, like, told him off. Oh, yep, that's the kicker.
It's like, not only are you neglecting me after you gave me this drive, but you're replacing
now
me.
You have, now you have another kid.
So we got the golden child.
And there's the golden son.
God damn.
Holy fuck.
I do appreciate that this is coming from the position of... Holy shit.
Wow. Oh, it's like...
Endeavor, not dad. Oh shit!
He was gonna.
Dude, he tried to go for him! And that's why he separated. Oh! I do appreciate how the neglect of Toya is coming from a misplaced or a poorly handled area of care. Here's this scene. They live in a different world than you, Shoto.
The fuck was that?
My lights just turned off. I need to get new magnets for that. Listen to me, Natsuo. Alright, the government is controlled by the deep state. Yeah, I get it. Lizards and Facebook. Gravity doesn't exist, Natsuo! God damn. I didn't expect it to be so based. There. Is this the moment?
Oh.
Or you just want Dad to notice and hang out again? He's starting to look more like Davi. Oh! God damn! Oh shit!
God, her life has just been terrible.
Uh-oh.
Oh, bro, I don't want to watch this.
See, it's... You gotta... I guess it's the point where it's like, clearly... You either need to take more drastic measures in making him stop, or you have to just be there to make sure he doesn't hurt himself. I'll make you glad I was born. Holy fuck.
God. And take it.
Holy fuck.
She just fucking broke, man. And then, yeah.
Oh, she was even there when it happened to Toya.
Oh, shit. Holy shit.
Yep. He blames him after. He blames himself. So they all feel responsible.
Natsuo's like, nah, it's your fault.
Nah, I am complete. Fuck you. It's not your. Yeah, this is all of our things.
Oh.
This is what he needed. And saved our family. Here, the hero endeavor does not die here. Uh-huh.
Oh. The fuck is...
That's Hawks. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Let's go!
Oh.
Let's go! Holy shit, Ray.
What? Oh, wow.
He's apologizing on Davi's behalf. That's right. That would be my first thought if I didn't have this. I'm like, did you burn Shoto?
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry. You don't have the luxury. 132 Escape Liberation Front members. So what happened to that seventh one?
Okay, now we've got a number.
10,000!
Now we got a number. We have a number now.
That's right. We don't have the luxury. We don't.
Yep.
Let's go! Let's go! Please! Yes! Please! Give it to me! Please!
Oh, I love this music.
Uh-huh.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Let's go! That's right, you gotta get up. The country needs Endeavor right now, even if they don't want him. Oh, shit! Oh, shit!
Son of a bitch.
Dude, they leaked the transcript! Yo!
Fuck. 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 Fuck.
Oh, crap!
No. Fuck.
Oh, I haven't heard this track.
We're about to get deku.
Alright, those guys are getting out. For some reason, we are losing her. Let's go! All Might did. Uh-huh. Holy shit!
Bruh, he just confirmed it.
What in the world is one for all? Oh, shit!
They're all about to realize that.
The me inside the young man! Phrasing. Let's go! Please! Give me just a fraction! A crumb! No! God damn it!
Dude, it's literally starting to just dawn on everybody that they're all about to go. Dude, we've never asked you what your quirk is.
Well, no, because officially his quirk is listed as like superpower, I think is what it's called. Like that's his thing. He can generate tremendous amounts of strength. That's what it is. But then, of course, Black Whip came up. I don't know how they listed that, but he has Black Whip. Like, and that's a known thing. Oh, shit! Okay, here. Okay, let's just start from the beginning. Here. Do you have a problem if we just do the post discussion now?
I would actually prefer that.
We're gonna do the post discussion now, baby.
Let's still try and make it a little snappy. Fuck, there was a lot of Todoroki stuff here.
That's what I would expect.
All Todoroki.
Now, I'm pretty sure Ray did say it when she was like, when we had Shoto and he was visiting Ray in the hospital, and she was like, "Yo, check out those flowers. You see them? I only mentioned I liked them once, but your father has always sent me these flowers when I was here." But like, which is already kind of like, okay, so at least he's got a good memory, right? And he did know that she liked them. But it was literally the first day they met.
Yeah, and it was probably the first thing that she said to him.
The first day they met was that. He said the flower thing.
I wanted to say something about his tie, but I held off on it, and then you said it, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Honestly,
I was gonna say like, oh, I like how his tie is like flaming.
Honestly, I was kind of, dogging on him a little bit for it, but like, it is your brand.
It's subtle enough.
It's subtle enough. You're right. It's subtle enough.
It doesn't say Endeavor. It's
just
a black tie, and it's got a
little flames. Right. And you want a little bit of color on your tie, so like a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's got the funky flaming socks too.
He's probably got the Endeavor socks.
You need fun socks when you wear a suit, right? You need that. And
required.
It's different than him, being all Dynaco blue and having like all the sponsorships and shit on his fucking jacket.
Yeah.
So yeah, unfairly dogged on. I feel. I think that it's actually quite tasteful little branding. I'd say. And damn, he is fucking young here. I mean, obviously, but seeing that young of an Endeavor,
he looks so much like Natsuo.
He really does, now that you mention it. Just red hair.
Yeah.
So let's, I'm not going to share the screen.
No, you don't have to.
Now, this mansion that they're in, is this the CRC mansion?
The what?
the CRC, the Creature Rejection Clan, the racists. I can't remember. I think it is because I vaguely remember this building.
I honestly couldn't tell you.
And his scars seem to have grown. Dobby's, I am currently at 341. I realize I am in fact not sharing the screen.
Well, remember, Red, this picture is this is before then. But from the last episode, yeah, his scars have now, the burn marks have spread. He burned himself that badly.
No, this is new content.
No, the one of him on the couch.
Yeah.
That is him about to record. He hasn't fought Shoto yet.
But his hair's white.
You don't think he washes his hair when he's alone? Because he
No, he's distinctly referencing the fight. This is post.
Where?
This is post that encounter.
It is?
Yeah.
No. Look, he literally says it's about time he appeared in public.
Yeah, this is post the fight.
I hope I can see his pathetic face soon. I can't wait. It's taken so long to get here.
But yeah, we get to this point, and it's just like, okay, so it is kind of fun seeing young Toya with the red hair, and it's just seeing the progression from the red to the white.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I know I said this in the reaction, and it is not handled well, but I do appreciate that the abandonment of Toya is from a position of care, like or concern. It's not a healthy way to deal with.
I think it was
shutting him out. But
I think it was a bit of both. I think it mostly was care, because he could easily see, okay, he's hurting himself.
Mm-hmm.
He did not sit down and talk with him. He just said, like, he just stopped.
Well, no, I think he did go, hey, no, I can't do this. You're hurting yourself. But that's not.
He didn't explain.
This
That's
is a
not
kid.
enough.
This is a kid.
That's not enough.
That's
you
not
can't
enough.
Just say that. You gotta explain more.
And when it comes to like the negative aspects of Endeavor, I do believe that he stopped this out of care. But the fact that he cared, like it was almost like a I really want this to happen, but I can't because you're getting hurt. Kind of like, like almost like a, damn it, like you're getting hurt. I can't let you continue, even though you were my golden ticket. Like this is incredibly frustrating at the same time. So that care is also feeding that negative side of Endeavor, those negative emotions. And that only got worse as it continued.
It got so fucking bad.
Yes. And okay, so this is where we get the confirmation where it's like, which is an interesting thing that happened. So we're at the hospital scene with Endeavor and Ray, and the doctor is like, "Yo, so he has Endeavor's affinity for power. Like he has his power." Literally his fire power.
Even to a greater degree, but his body,
but his physicals
tolerate ice and cold better.
His physicals are from Fuyumi. It's like literally he got the special attack stat from Endeavor, but the physical defense stat from Fuyumi, and so it's like,
and so his special defense is ass.
Which again makes him a real hard counter for ice users. Which is funny again because Getten stalemated.
That's prop to Genten.
Genten is really cool. Stronger tendency towards the flame quirk, which again is interesting. Obviously, we kind of knew this, but how a quirk can be split and how the body can grow to around that quirk, like how varied it can be. He has the ice resistance and not like a 50-50. Which I assume Shoto has the same. Do you think he has a 1-to-1 ice fire resistance, or is it a 50-50? Does he have double meat or half and half? Like,
Oh yeah,
no, did I say Dabi? Excuse me, I meant Todoroki.
Todoroki? No, he's
or
got.
Shoto.
He probably has a 1-to-1.
I guess it wouldn't really matter if he had a half and half, which is, hardy har, because his body, his quirk specifically allows to negate those
The
drawbacks.
effects of the other.
Yeah. Anyways, and it is just kind of like seeing just their eyes in the hospital scene. Like they are, but even both of them, both Ray and Endeavor's eyes are just so much softer. Like even at this point, what Endeavor has done is horrible. Like, he coerced the failing but still very prominent family's head to essentially sell him his daughter for the purpose of procreation in the most fruitful manner.
Yeah,
like, that is horrible.
It's bad. It's not.
Yeah, but even at this point, they're still like so much like softer. And also the way he described her, she was a woman of ice. Like when I hear that, it's like very cold, very.
If you touched her, she would melt.
And
Seeing,
even the doctor is like, seems like you're trying for a designer baby, which she says is taboo. Which I guess that implies it is not actually illegal. It is just like,
I think it's just heavily frowned upon.
Yeah, well, yeah, which makes sense. I mean, this is like what are you doing?
It's like.
But again, this is Endeavor as the number 2, really young. He's got money. He's got influence. He's a big old celebrity. He can get away with a lot. But then we get to
seeing Toya talking with
little Fuyumi. Uh-huh. And All Might, he saved 62 municipalities today. Fuck it. So it's just, Endeavor's doing all this shit while All Might's at the top of his game. And even Toya's like, hey, Fuyumi, why do you think I can't do quirk training anymore? Hello, cute Fuyumi. Little bean. Never had to worry about a thing in her life at this point. She's just like,
you are Toya going, you're the one who lit that fire. Like, it was when you instilled something that young and is probably as hard as he did, even in that short period of time that you did it for. If that's all they know, that's all they're gonna. That's probably always gonna do, especially at a young, unbelievably impressionable age.
Exactly. Imagine you sign your kid up for his first year of even just machine pitch baseball, right? And on his first kind of game of real importance for his age, he gets a big old, even like just a home run, and he rounds the bases and everybody's cheering, and he's like the star of the show. And Dad, who was throwing balls with him every day for the past month to try and get him to catch the ball even once, getting him ready, hyping him up, he's getting to spend time with Dad. Dad's happy, and when he hits the home plate, Dad picks him up, gives him, spins him around, gives him a big hug, and says, I'm proud of you, kid. Let's go get ice cream. Absolutely. I am in love. I want this again. And then he swings the bat, and he accidentally rolls his wrist. He gets hurt. Oh, sorry, kid can't handle baseball. And then suddenly, no, sorry, no more. It's like, and that's it? Like, he's not going to understand. He's like, well, I swung it earlier perfectly fine. I can keep going. Like, that was just I'm perfectly okay. I want to keep playing baseball. I want to keep making you happy and, being good. And that's it. Like, that kid, he's not going to understand. Fucking, how old is he at this point in time?
5, I think.
Like, yeah. Maybe a little older.
They give Fuyumi's age I think he's like 5.
Because Natsuo is not even born yet, I don't think.
No.
Yeah.
And Endeavor and Ray.
And then, of course, there's like how would he know if I'm hurt? Like, nobody knows me better than me.
Mm-hmm. And Ray telling him that, hey, Toya's not an idiot. He knows that you want him to surpass All Might.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's just another fuel onto it. It's like, okay, not only are you training me to make me better, but you've given me a purpose. So this isn't just, oh, I'm training to be a hero, to be the best hero. You're training me for this specific goal.
Mm-hmm. And I don't really think Toya cares, honestly, about the whole
what?
All Might thing. I think it really was just I
think it's a mix, because we definitely can see that, hey, I want to be this, but I want you to want me to be this too. And the moment that, and all this time you told me, hey, I want this for you.
Well, I think he wants that. Because...
No, he still does, but now he won't even talk to him about it.
No, I'm talking about Toya. I think he wants to surpass All Might, but not because he genuinely does, because he thinks if I'm stronger than All Might, then Dad will realize that I can do this, and I can be around. I can do superhero stuff with Dad again. Like, yeah. Again, it's like the kid who gets yelled at, for the baseball game, and he's like, no, see, I'll hit another home run, and then you'll see that it's okay. And, every time he picks up the baseball bat, Dad gets upset, and he's just feeling so frustrated, because it's like, if I could just show you that I'd be okay, but you're not giving me that chance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's that goal, the object is... very, very similar to Endeavor, this delusion that if I get to All Might, everything will become good.
Mm-hmm. But then he basically just says that, no, that can't happen. Endeavor tells himself that he cannot pass All Might. He cannot surpass him.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, he comes back every day with more burns. And, he inherited my foolishness as well. And, again, that does show a little, self-awareness from Enji at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But, again, right now is not the time to... the parents in Frozen were horrible, right? You know that? Like, they were really bad parents. Like, now, granted, I don't have kids, all right? So maybe I just don't understand, but... You have to, if telling them, no, don't do this over and over again, it's just simply not working, you have two options. You either have to take more drastic measures in order to make them stop, or you have to find a new way for them to channel that investment. And that might just be standing there while he does it, making sure he takes it slow and safe. Like the approach is more involvement, not less.
Yeah.
Even though
less involvement is the thing that was driving him to that wedge further
more extremes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And Endeavor was so convinced at the idea that no, if I'm there, that'll only make it worse. Make it worse. He'll want to go further and harder because I'm there, and I genuinely don't think that's the case. I think that if Endeavor was there, and that's the thing,
it's also about saying the right thing, because he also was concerned with the fact that he would not know the right thing to say. If he did go to the peak, he was like, I don't know if I would have known what to say. If, things did go right or if things did go wrong, I don't know what I would say. Because
that's kind of fair. That's kind of fair.
Because granted, maybe his presence would have even been enough. But what if it wasn't? What if he did? What if there was things that had to be said? What if he did show him, hey, look, my flames are blue. Watch me do this, and then he goes, okay, that's great. And then he goes, oh, now I want to do this, and then it's just going to go back to, oh, no, you can't do that. Stop doing that. You're gonna burn yourself, and it's just gonna be everything all over again.
And I
But
can
even him
understand.
being there
And
is not necessarily going to just guarantee that it would have been all right, because he could have said still the wrong thing, and everything still would have just kept going back to the way it was.
And I can understand Endeavor being like worried about like I don't really know how to handle this. Like I don't know how to.
He has no idea
I
how.
don't know what to say to him. But again, that is not a justifiable reason enough for a total shutdown of support, communication, and involvement.
Granted, to be honest with you, his introduction to being a father
Was not a good one.
when usually your motivation for wanting to, someone's motivation for wanting to have kids is, oh, I want to pass on everything that I've learned to someone. I want to give someone else a good life. I want to have this feeling of being a father. His was, I'm going to have a kid so then I can beat my rival.
Kids are not typically a means to an end.
Yeah, and so his whole idea of being a father from the get-go was training, making you better, all about quirks. It wasn't about being a father. It was about quirks. So he didn't really know what it meant to be a father or how to be a father. I mean,
that's kind of what he says later. He's like, Ray, the only thing I can teach him is how to be a hero. That's the only thing he can learn from me.
Yeah, that's the ceiling of his experience with knowing what it's like to be a father is whatever his dad taught him.
That's
showed him, and
that's really all he knows is hero work. That's what he's invested his whole life into, countless hours all day. And that's all.
And while again he is terrible, or he was terrible. That is kind of just like another thing. I'm not going to say, oh, you can't blame him, because obviously you can't. He was a really bad guy, but he didn't exactly know. He didn't have all the right tools in his toolbox.
There are understandable reasons why he made bad decisions.
He was trying to build a house with duct tape instead of drilling holes, and he didn't know. He knew. Yeah, it didn't.
And then, of course, with that, not only with that, like, oh, he's hurting himself, dissing himself, but again, then there's the negative traits of Endeavor, the negative aspect, which only starts to grow and, dominate, is that not only is he hurting himself, but he'll never surpass All Might.
Yeah, so he knows, like, okay, there's definitely no point to this now.
And I for sure 100% believe that the goal of attaining All Might is what helps him justify and get through these choices and actions, which we basically see in season 3 when he sees Small Might, and we get that shot where everything fades away and the fire goes and he's younger and he's like, everything I've done to try and to bridge that gap between us, and like this is who you are. And we get the shot of Ray and then the shot of Shoto, which if this scene had come out later in the show, guarantee we also would have gotten a shot of Toya. But he was like, in the Japanese, in the sub, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, he says like, what's with that pathetic back of yours, or what's that pathetic form? But in the dub, he goes, stand up and show them why you're better. And I like both takes there. But again, it's this goal where it's like, so long as this is achieved, everything will be worth it. Everything, like all these horrible things, it's like, don't worry, don't think about it, don't put it in your mind, it's all okay. This is for the end goal. And so whenever anything happens where it looks like this goal is unattainable, now it's look at everything I've sacrificed and done for nothing. Look at everything I've given up and all the horrible things I've done. And so now these are just compounding onto those negative traits of Endeavor. And
then on just more fuel to the flame. They kept having kids.
Which we heard earlier.
Toya at like 6:38, when he sees Natsuo being born, all he can do is just Just be like,
And again,
really?
to Toya, it's like, so not only are you not training me, not only are we not
you're
this
trying
is
to
now a
replace me.
replacement. Like, of course,
Because,
he's not going to
again,
see it as another kid, like just a
Because
sibling.
because
he
Ray
knows.
mentioned, Ray mentioned before. He's like, he's not an idiot. He knows why he's born. He knows his whole purpose. So he looks at Natsuo and goes, "Oh, so you're just trying to. You think you can replace me with him?"
Explains why he warmed up to Natsuo and not Shoto, because Natsuo was an immediate failure. So so Toya was like, no, he can't replace me. You know, he's a failure. I can still be the child that saves the day.
But the moment that Shoto was born, he was like, "Yep, that's the golden ticket. That's the golden son."
Now, of course, Ray. Earlier, we learned that she wanted more kids so that they could have each other. You know, they could you know, have
grow up together.
And so Endeavor wanted more kids to fill his goal. Ray wanted more kids so that they could support each other. So there's all these different reasons that have nothing to do with really replacing Toya. Sure, Endeavor,
but just to his mind,
exactly.
It's from his point of view.
Of course, Endeavor is really replacing him.
He is.
I don't think for a second Endeavor really thought, no, I'll just have more kids and you know, oh yeah, I'm replacing Toya. It's just I need a success. And I'm sure
he's still his son.
It's not this. He's not thinking of it as the exact direct way of what's actually happening, at least in Toya's eyes.
Yeah.
Which again, he's got all the burns and scars and bruises. You know, he's working hard. He's got the Endeavor tank top on, which I'm sure he gets for free. You know, they get all that Endeavor merch for free. You know. And again, yep. Another failure, and Endeavor and All Might just on the TV being exactly who he is. The savior, massive, bright, shining, everybody loves him, he can't be beat, easy breezy, saving the day with style, not even close. And, you know, All Might's shining and Endeavor's in the shadow. He's had another failure, he has to do all this shit to even try and breach the gap, and it's all horrible. And it's just further compounding, like, you know, that's the goal. Everything's worth it if we get there.
And then Shoto is born. Just seeing his face.
And again, right now, like, again, we contrast how Endeavor and Ray look from the very beginning of this little backstory with, you know, with their eyes, even after what's happened, versus now. They're both so much darker. They look so much more tired. Endeavor looks so much more manic, like, you know, this time for sure.
But then at 7:04 when he's like looking at Shoto, it's almost like, yes, like he looks like a mad fucking scientist who like just
looking at his creation. Yep, like
he's just like I did it.
I did it. Here it is, Eureka! Finally, and it's like my prayers have been answered.
Ray's face.
Ray looks even content. Like Ray's like,
she does.
We did it. And, you know, for Ray, I imagine we don't have to keep
doing this anymore.
And
then it cuts to Toya, who, like we said before, when it's like with Natsuo,
and it's just crushing.
He looks at Shoto and he's like, "That's the one.
That's the one. Yep, they did it. I'm gonna be replaced.
I'm out now.
Yep.
I'm out now.
That's it." And
then he just breaks.
And look at this. I mean, this is, and of course he's dedicated himself to this for not necessarily for not healthy reasons, but like he is out here in the snow at night practicing. He is dedicated to this. He is working hard. And every time he goes home, it's stop. You're hurting yourself. You can't do this. And then Ray walks by with the child that can and will, and he'll get all of Daddy's attention. He'll get all the training. He'll be the hero who surpasses All Might. I was the failure who was abandoned. And that's what he has to deal with every time he goes home. And you know what? He calls out Ray for it, and she's not innocent either. Like, obviously, not to say that it's equivalent what she's done versus Endeavor, but she could have been out here. Like
She could have.
she could have been. She could have also have played a larger role in his life and development.
Mm-hmm. This next scene here, it's like at 7:59 or in that area.
I'm at the scene with him.
Yeah, he's telling Toya, "Hey, you need to stop doing this. You're getting burned. Play with the kids. Go to school. Do all these things." And just yet another thing that goes on top of it. Toya's like, "I can't go to school because all they talk about is wanting to be heroes."
Like
again, I can't relate to that. I can't do that.
Imagine
because you won't.
Imagine LeBron James kid, all right, yeah. And he's like, stop thinking about basketball, all right, go do something else. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Anytime I go to school, all the people talk to me about is my dad and playing basketball.
Everything in my life is basketball. People want to interview me because of you about basketball. Like everything is. I couldn't if I tried. I could travel to a different country and people would still be like, "Oh my gosh, you're Endeavor's kid." Like, there's no way I could ever.
You can't escape it.
I can't escape this.
He is so he is so convinced that this has to be my life. This is my life, and I need you. And so there was just no way to convince him. Fuck, bro. 8:03. Just seeing his face.
Hold on.
Like when he's just all crying in tears,
and you can see like the fire starting to he's starting to ignite. Like
yep.
I am your son. Like there's no way I can understand because I'm your son. He's like, how could I give up? Are you giving up?
It never happened.
Are you giving up? Would you give up if you were in my position? No, I'm your son. I'm like you. I couldn't give up. And
then he goes for fucking Shoto.
And then he goes for Shoto. If I get rid of him,
then he'll
Shoto's just a baby here.
Yep, he's an infant. He's he was so convinced. He's like if I can kill Shoto, and that means that I'll be top again. I'll be his best chance, and he'll have to work with me again. I'll get to spend more time with him again.
So, one, he desperately needs therapy. Like, he needs some professional to talk to. And you know what? Endeavor could afford the best one. Like,
oh my god, they could have bought whatever kind.
And you know what? Again, whether or not it would be a healthy profession for him, you have the resources and the technology and the connections. Is there nothing we can get him? Is there no
that was the thing that I was thinking about, because all I could think about was, okay, if he does go to UA, they're gonna go through the support items process, and they're gonna be able. I guarantee you, they're gonna.
Midoriya got let in, and whenever he would use his quirk initially, he would destroy his bones.
They made him gloves and boots specifically so that he could reduce the impact. So that he wouldn't break.
We have to train Toya on how to throttle the fire, how to limit the heat output, and then get him gear that'll help cool him down, like a suit that will mist him or something, or help him lower his body temperature so he doesn't heat up, things that help with burns. Or hell, he generates the fire from his body, right? But can he generate it off his body even a little bit? Can we give him like a fire retardant suit? Can he generate it above? Does it have to come directly from his skin?
Can we get a Johnny Blaze suit,
And then, let him go to a school.
Or no, Johnny Storm.
He doesn't even need to necessarily go to a school. I mean, he's still pretty young. He's not going to a hero school anytime soon. But give him these chances to try these things out. He's a kid. He might go, actually, I'm kind of more interested in engineering, really. Like when he's older, or anything like that. But, there's got to be ways you can help him safely. Now, of course, Endeavor doesn't want him
doing this.
Endeavor's fear is like, if I encourage this even slightly, he's gonna go.
No, not even encouraging it. It's
if I acknowledge it.
If I do anything at all, he's gonna go balls to the walls.
He's gonna go full throttle, and he'll get hurt.
So for him, it was completely black and white. There was no gray area. And that was obviously the wrong way to look at it.
And
he went about it the wrong way.
You could see it as him going, that's just a parental care thing of like going, I'm so worried about your safety. All I'll think about is if you run into the street, you'll get hit by a semi truck. Like, there is no possibility that you actually get the ball in the road in our very quiet neighborhood and return safely. You will die. There's a, parental safety thing there. And it also could be I don't have the resources I can invest to train you both. Like, and I'm going to go after the one who will have a greater success. The success in this quirk marriage.
Yeah, the golden sun.
Sorry, I keep
making that reference.
I prefer to interpret it the first way, but Endeavor, it could be both.
Yeah.
And he goes, Fuyumi gets Natsu out of the way.
And then he separates him from the other kids.
Yes. And so this is the reason.
It's literally just one thing after another, after another, after another.
And this is the reason why Todoroki was separated. He never got to grow up with his siblings. And, like when we first hear that, it's just, he doesn't want them mingling with the failures. But now it's more of a safety reason. Like, no, he can't be with his siblings. Again, a horrible decision that the parents in Frozen made. But, it does shine a little bit more on a light on how these bad decisions, some of them were made in a misguided and horribly executed attempt at some level of care. Like, I can't let Shoto get hurt. He's my son and my prize. So both, negative and positive. I can't let him be in a situation where he'll get hurt. And so they isolate Shoto.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ray calls him out too.
I like how the snot bubbles froze him.
Mm-hmm. But Ray calls him out.
Mm-hmm.
He does say, yeah, no, I can't. Because she says he wants you to look at him. He's like, I can't.
Mm-hmm.
All I can be able to show him, I can't be a father to him. All I can be to him is a hero.
Mm-hmm. And I can't be a hero to him because he'll get hurt. So,
and she just says, nah, you're just running away.
Just running, which he is. He absolutely is. And she's like, the world of a hero? And again, right now, the eyes are at the darkest they are. Endeavor's face is entirely coated in shadow, and hers are as downtrodden as we've seen them. Mm-hmm. One being like, I think that hero line is like a hero, really, like in reference to everything he's done and doing. But it's also like, as the more literal sense right now, it's like, all you can teach him is being a hero. You're not teaching him to be a hero. Heroes don't run away. You are running away. Which pisses Endeavor off, but
but
it's true.
Hard truth.
And that's the halfway point of the episode. And right now, this episode is easily my favorite of the post-war so far, just from this stuff already. So Natsu was only 8 here. Fuyumi's 12. So Toya would be what? 13? 14? Or does it say 13?
Yeah, he is 13. They gave a little stamp.
He's
of
13.
His age. Mm-hmm.
And right now, he seems like, hey, I'm having fun. I'm spending time with my siblings. And this is where we get from our POV from Shoto. They're from a different world than you are, Shoto.
And then Toya sees that. He sees that Endeavor's only focused on him again. And just all of it just comes crashing back.
And again, from now we have Shoto's POV. It's like, no, Endeavor, you won't let me hang out with my siblings. Like, there's no fucking way he remembers that Toya tried to kill him, or at least hurt him. Like, He can't remember that. He's just, all he sees are his fun siblings who are playing in the courtyard, having a normal childhood afternoon, and dad's coming back to make me do push-ups and shoot fire again. Like, mm-hmm. And then you got, so Natsuo and him have that decent relationship.
Yeah.
And Toya's trying to find that kinship with Natsuo, who I'm sure he probably almost even looked down upon when he was younger. He was like, "Oh, look at you, you're the failure. I get to hang out with Dad. I'm the special one." But now it's like, "Hey, we're both failures. He doesn't think about us. He's having kids he doesn't need." And because Natsuo never even was in the equation to begin with, he doesn't care. And he's like, "Shut up, dude. I don't want to go to bed."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then Ray talks to Toya, and he just goes, "You really want to be a hero? Is this really what you want, or you just want your dad's attention?"
Which is a complete reverse of what she asks Shoto.
Yep.
Because again, Shoto, he didn't want to be like his father. He was the exact opposite. He didn't want to be like his father. He didn't want this training, but he still did want to be a hero, and he wanted to help people. And that idea of a hero, my dad is a hero, so a hero is my dad, that kind of stunted his social growth, which is what we saw in the first 2 seasons, but even later. But it was, that idea that he so strongly tied his own power and identity to his father, and he refused a part of himself because of it. And it was his mom, at a very young age going, "Hey, you want to be a hero, don't you? Like, you still do."
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was those ideas that helped him get through his childhood, which Midoriya inadvertently played on during their UA Sports Festival fight. And again, it was the exact opposite, with Toya. Instead of, "Hey, it doesn't matter, you still want to be a hero, we'll find a way to make it work," it's, do you really want to be a hero? Which honestly is a fair question to ask. It's like, are you doing this because this is what you genuinely want? Or are you doing this because you either want to get back at Endeavor for abandoning you, or you just desperately want to have your dad back?
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like you're bound by your father and suffering.
But the thing is, that's kind of all Ray does.
Yeah.
And of course, so she's like, there's lots of paths and you have boundless choices. And Toya hates
He's
this.
Like, you didn't have a choice.
Oh, where are your boundless choices and, countless paths? And she doesn't really respond. Like,
yep, you were complicit.
Did you read a self-help book? And she kind of freezes after that, like, because he is right in a sense. Like, you didn't have choice, you did this, but he's interpreting this in like a very negative and wrong way. But she still doesn't help him that much. Now, of course, Ray is going through some serious shit herself. And of course, now he's going through puberty. So everything's way worse.
Now everything is dialed up to
11, exactly. He's younger and smaller than most kids in his grade, which doesn't help young boys in terms of, dealing with shit. Let me tell you, when it comes to, like, physical confidence and like self-worth, when you're the tallest kid in your class, it's a lot easier to get that in second grade.
There's a reason why I peaked in elementary school, guys. It's because I was like the second tallest person. After that, everything went downhill, guys.
So, yep, his power got a lot stronger going through puberty. Ooh, kind of blinked out for a second, but you're back.
Okay.
And I like that he's burning his, he's creating the fire from his stomach.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of see why later.
So then he can hide it.
He can hide it easier, you know?
Oh my god, dude. Like at like 12:09, he just looks so fucking like crazed.
And that's all he cares about. Look.
That's all he wants.
Dude, at 11:46, look how happy he looks. Like, look how excited he is to tell his dad, come on, please, come to Sakoto Peak with me. Sakoto Peak, you know, on your next day off. Trust me, please, this will be great. I'll show you everything. Look how strong I've got. I'm so excited to show you. And Endeavor doesn't register. Well, he registers it, but the only thing he really cares in that whole sentence is, why are you on Sakoto Peak? What are you doing? The only thing you care about is this. You must have done this. I don't see it on your arms. Where is it?
I'll make you glad I was born.
I'll make you glad I was born. What a fucked sentence.
And then he just...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then it just goes more like shadowed over, but it's just the eyes.
I might be able to get to Shoto's level. That's all he cares about. He only cares about being the one that can... That is in Dad's radar. Like, it just come to Sakoto Peak and everything in my life will become good again. Like, that sentence right there should have been a dramatic slap awake to Endeavor. Like,
Yeah.
I'll make you glad I was born. Like, that shit is not something your child should ever be saying. But all he hears is, I have been endangering myself.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else registers. Not the dedication to this, not the devotion to trying to make you proud, and just fucking take him out for ice cream once. Like, just like have a
sit on the couch with him.
take him to a baseball game.
Yeah, watch TV with him. Just do
Give
something.
him a fucking hug. Like, but no, what he hears is he hasn't been monitored well enough, and that I said that was Ray's job because I'm too busy and I can't handle this.
And then the next scene, he's telling Ray, like, hey, you were supposed to watch him, and she's like, I couldn't do it. You have to do it. And he just goes, no, I'm not doing it. You do it. I'm not going to do it.
Yep. And again, it's almost like he's dropping the fucking the charade. It's not I can't do it.
It's I won't.
I won't do it. And of course, just the way he's framed, like just looming over her entirely in shadow.
And then he just like starts begging her. He literally grabs her and just like, you do it. You have to do it. I won't do it.
Another reason why she
And then
can't, why
eyes.
she won't, is because she's seeing Endeavor in him.
Yeah. And then it's then all those years with the eyes.
Mm-hmm. You know, I've never been able to stop you, and he is you. I can't stop him. And that's that. In a way, that's Ray running too. Like, she didn't want to deal with this due to her, you know, her own trauma. Sure, yes, but that's still her kind of running. Yeah, that's her responsibility. That's her running away from that problem.
You can't. You are her. You are this. You are their fucking parents. You don't shrink away from your child.
They are both running away from it and trying to blame what their surrender on the other person, and they're both guilty.
Yeah, and then he just goes, I think I would have just added fuel to the flames of his emotions if I was there.
And this is quite literally the boiling point. So she wasn't even around when Toya died. Like, she wasn't there.
She heard about it.
Which I can't even fucking imagine. Because again, now all she has is those, I should have been there. It's all she has. Which again, that's why she says, she's like, I broke after that. And then my mind broke completely. Yep, like. It's like, yeah, you didn't go to.
I wouldn't have known what to say either.
Which, geez, just, and I like how the fire starts from his tears, like from his eyes. Like, this is an uncontrollable burst of emotion, right? Now, I am genuinely, like, really fucking curious on how he got out of this scenario, how he lost a piece of his jawbone. Like,
and that was something I had said before. It's like, wait, how does he have a jaw if that was all that they found, and like that wasn't about. Yeah, I'm still curious. Like, did he put himself together? Did someone find him and put him together? Whose skin is that? His skin? Is that someone else's skin? Like, how is he?
I think that's his, like the burnt skin. I think that is his.
Okay, I figure, but
maybe he was picked up and they dropped a piece of his jawbone, like, not like literally like, oh, oops, like, you know, they surgically removed it and dropped it there. They would have to do that pretty fucking quick.
I really love this art here. I didn't say it when we first seen it, but looking back on it, I really love the art of Endeavor looking over Shoto. It really reminds me of All for One.
All for One. That's what I was thinking as well.
Shigaraki.
Yep.
Or he's just kind of cradling him. He's like, and how he's just looking at him.
It's not quite as equivalent of an analog, but also Overhaul. No, I was saying also Overhaul.
Oh yes, Overhaul. Yes.
Not quite the same. I think All for One and Shigaraki.
Oh God, no, that's
parallel. Not... But yeah, it's like, you know, basically, yeah. After losing Toya again and again, after losing Toya, it was, you know, 100%, you know, into this now, because it's like I can't even think about that now. Like,
yeah,
if I think about it for even a second, like, it's my fault, and then everything becomes my fault because it is. Like, you know, and all these things. No, I'll just focus on Shoto. He'll be the success. Everything will be worth it. But then, of course, you know, that's just an illusion. That's a lie. And thankfully, Endeavor got to a point where he realized that. Like, Endeavor got the good ending already, basically. Like, he realized this. He started the trek in the opposite direction. And then again, even the kids are like, Fuyumi was like, I was too passive. Like I wanted to pretend like everything was normal, and I would just ignore when things were bad.
Yeah, and Natsuo was like, no, I should have said more to. He was the only one that talked
to me, and
I was the only one he talked to him. I should have talked to him more.
I should have been there for him more, and I wasn't.
I should have knocked some sense in him and told him the way things were going. And
so they all have varying degrees of it, but they all at least feel a little responsible for what happened to Toya. And you know what? I think it is so fucking important and good that they're doing this, like getting this all out right here. Because one, it's showing that they're all on the same page here. Like, we all have a responsibility to Toya. We're no longer running away. We're not going to abandon him anymore. But it's also look, we're facing it, Endeavor. You have to face it too. Like, NG, you can't collapse. Like, you are the most needed person in the country right now. Like, not only are you the number one hero, but you were one of the only people with the literal necessary firepower to solve this. And it's you were the first domino to make this whole thing happen. Like, you have to make this right.
Another thing now is Ray tells him, he's like, you have to be the one to fight Endeavor. I know we talked about how Shoto was gonna be the one to fight Dabi. I think that made it lean pretty heavily that it's got to be Endeavor.
And honestly, I don't know who
like,
I want
Endeavor's
to do it.
I kind of
really want Endeavor to do it. Yeah, I really
he's got to face it.
Yeah,
he has to.
He has to be the one to face it. He has to be the one to face what he created. And as much as I want Shoto to be the one to take on his brother, I really like Endeavor being that person more.
I think Endeavor has more in it than Shoto does.
The thing is, I think that might be why Shoto might have to be the one to do it. Because I think Endeavor could fight Toya. I think he could fight Dabi. But I don't think he'd be able to make that call. I don't think he'd be able...
Shoto could.
To put him down. I think Shoto could.
Shoto definitely could.
Not that he would want to kill anybody.
No,
his brother,
but he could.
But Dabi is
unless Endeavor like steals himself and is like truly convinced that it has to happen. It has to take. I think both can do it. I just think Endeavor needs a lot more convincing than Shoto does.
Personally, I would want them. I do not want a Dabi redemption. I do not want that. At least it would have to be done very, very well. I'm not saying it's impossible.
Especially
it's all about execution. But
especially with how like
gone he is,
unbelievably zealot-like and obsessed he is with this, and how we have they've shown us that he doesn't care. Like in the moment where it's like, oh, but Natsuo could have died, and now we know, like, oh, you had all these memories with him. And he's like, oh no, I don't care as long as it hurt him. I don't give a fuck. It's like, oh, okay,
he's gone.
He's evil. He's bad.
Evil.
He's not.
He is on the short list of there is no rehabilitation. But and I don't even know how I'd want it to happen, but I do want Endeavor to try, because that's what he didn't do. Like, I don't want him to do what Luke Skywalker did in The Last Jedi.
And just give up and not even try.
Are you here to save my soul? No. Like, you should be, though. Because not only is it your responsibility, not only are you the person who needs to do it, but your family, and you're the reason why he went down this path. You have to try, even if it's doomed to fail. You cannot let the opportunity to try go by. You have to give it a chance, because you not giving it a chance, you not trying, is what made this happen in the first place. And I do want at least an attempt. And I don't want them to kill him. I do not want a redemption. I do not want a side flip. I do not want a reconciliation and a big cry and a happy family group hug reunion. But even if it's just a, we put him in prison and a family member visits him like every day. Like one family member goes in a week and just like looks at, like sees him behind the glass and tries to talk to him. Like they have to try. And that's what I really want that. And I think that's one of the reasons why I really want it to be Endeavor. It's because this whole thing started with him.
I think it has to be him. Especially after the way Ray said it.
Mm-hmm. It has to be you. It has to be you.
You have to beat him.
Mm-hmm. And she says you have no choice but to fight Dabi, not like save Toya. Like Toya's gone. This is Dabi now. Yeah, she's like, hey, Shoto, he put in the effort, He should hate me, and he put the effort in. And so, I have to put that effort in too, and so do you. Like, Shoto is the one who's going to save this family. So there is and that's what they literally say in this episode. And so there also is reasons for him taking on Dabi. Like, Shoto's the only one here with at least no, like, I could have done some things, He's the only, I guess, in their eyes, like, untainted or not tainted, I guess, but unresponsible, innocent. And he's like the one who can redeem the family in a sense. Yeah, and then he reaches to NG. And you know what? He says, like, stop crying. Once you're done crying, stand up. Once you're done crying, stand up.
And
I
do this together.
I swear that has to be a reference to what Endeavor said to him when he was like, stop crying and stand back up. And that was when they were training. And, Ray was like, he's only 5, you're too strong. And then Endeavor's like, he's already 5, get out of here. And so this is Shoto going, hey, once you're done crying, stand up. Like, we have a job to do. And, it's now the roles are reversed, and he's the one pulling him up. And of course, it's no longer such a negative situation.
Yeah.
And we'll all go stop Toya together. And then, of course, fucking Hawks and Best Genus come in, and Ray fucking on all fours.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, really.
I can't remember what that bow is called, but it's like literally the ultimate show of.
Well, it's as close to the ground as you can get.
And
the deepest bow you can give.
I cannot apologize more for what my son did to you, and it's like, yeah, I mean,
don't blame her.
Dabi fucked him up, but and Hawks, he comes in. Illegal denim. Fuck what? But then Hawks comes in and he asks a really fucking rational question, which would be at the fucking front of my mind if I found this whole thing out Endeavor. And he's like, hey, is Shoto burned because of you? Like, is that burn mark because of you? Did you burn him? And that's when Ray goes, no, I did that.
Yeah.
And there's no context there. She doesn't give any, like, justification or reason.
She just said, nope, it was me.
And I wonder if Hawks would have been as willing to help if he answered that question, like, as I did it. Because I guess, to be fair, what changes so much? But it is kind of a, is this you too kind of moment.
Yeah, and then he just kind of starts to give him a rundown of all the shit that's going on outside still.
So it's kind of like, you know, the Todoroki family is like the emotional kind of call to action. Like you have a responsibility to your family and to save your son. And Hawks and Best Genius come in and they kind of give the practical call to action. Like you're the number one hero. Here's the rundown of shit. And
You
like,
gotta do this and you gotta do that.
we gotta do this and that. And we first things first, we gotta get that press conference. Like we gotta air this all out.
Set this
straight.
Thing, everything straight.
Yep. And so, like having this support network, you know, this is what Endeavor needed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, go to fucking 1828. Okay, all right. So
the only one I recognize here is the lightning guy.
No, I think so. The lightning guy from the left is from Two Heroes. The two people in the back are from World Heroes missions. That's the Egyptian hieroglyphic guy on the right.
Yes.
And I think that's the mermaid lion. Was it from like Portugal or something? Remember Joe knew what the reference was, if you remember.
I think so.
Yeah,
okay.
and I think this is the guy from Two Heroes who had the sword. He's been in our bunch of our past tier lists, and we put him in like either D or native tier. But he has like a fucking if you look at our tier list, he's there. Not our newest one, but what
old one?
Any of our two older ones. This may not even be that guy, but no, that's likely to die or survive. That's the old tier list. Fuck, damn it, is he not on this one?
I don't think he is.
Oh no, he is. He's an F, and he's in between. He's right above David Shield and Ujiko. That's totally him.
Oh,
he's got like a sword. You see that?
Yes.
Yeah, he was in Two Heroes for like a second. But then, of course, we got this front.
Captain.
Who
the fuck's the guy in the front?
The front. That's not Captain's Celebrity, at least unless he got some new drip.
Do you recognize him?
No, I don't. Captain Celebrity.
I know what Captain Celebrity looks like.
Unless Captain Celebrity, it has been a while now, so maybe Captain Celebrity's got that Super Saiyan 3 drip.
Captain Celebrity has a completely different haircut than that.
Really big and muscular. That is a celebrity build. But fuck.
Bald on the head, hair off the side. He's not.
It might not be
he's
bald.
got way too much.
That might
hair
not be that might not even be hair.
Whatever it is, it's a completely different look.
It's been so My Hero Academia takes place like 4 years, I think, after Vidge. And
still,
so he could be going for a different style. Please. Okay, but so for instead of the individual hero speculation, this is what we thought would happen. Japan would try to keep this in house, but now that things are like, no, this is this was a failure.
This is like state of emergency.
Yeah, we are. You were about to declare martial law kind of shit.
Yeah,
we need help from outside areas.
Yeah, we need foreign aid.
We need foreign aid, and foreign aid means foreign heroes. So. Hell, this person in the front may not even be from the U.S. because we know that the guy on the left is from the U.S. and we know Egypt and I can't remember who the lion guy is. And then, of course, the sword guy was just in Two Heroes, but the fucking location of Two Heroes, the island, Island, was in international waters and it had a bunch of foreign heroes on it, so who knows where they're from. Paperwork to dispatch heroes. Wait, hold on. What? And at least 10,000 prisoners escaped.
Yeah, so we have a number.
But they specifically said that like 7 were attacked, but only 6 escaped, and we haven't really gotten anything more on that. It's lost the ability to bring together the heroes. Yep. Civilians are taking up arms. Currently, the government is requesting rescue teams and heroes from other countries. But since the Sage Commission is at a standstill, paperwork to dispatch heroes can't be completed. Okay, so that's reference to their own internal heroes, not the foreign ones. Okay. I was just wondering, it's like, are they asking for aid, but they can't get it? And I was like, what the fuck? No, but no, it seems like they can. What we said about the Todoroki family was true. Don't matter. And, okay, so he has a little bit of his wings, at least. We see it moving under his jacket. What a power team here. Genus, Toxin, Endeavor.
The top 3 heroes.
Now, sure, they've all seen better days, but
yeah, that's still top 3.
That's still top 3. And then, of course, the fucking biggest bomb that could have come out of this fucking war arc, maybe. What's one for all? Ooh. What a fucking question. That's right, they leaked the fucking transcripts. Like, they fucking did it. Alright, somebody squealed. They've got a rat. Right? Hawks was a triple agent the whole time. But luckily, so just because One for All is out doesn't necessarily mean that, like, the ruse is up for Deku on a public scale. Because
but he's gonna have to start. But the people that are asking are gonna have to make it public.
And well, I mean, they're gonna have to answer it in some way because people are like, "What's One for All? Is it related to the super villain?
Super mega villain?
Yeah, All for One is like is that the reason why this is happening? Like, do we have another All for One out there that we need to worry about? I mean, they do. They have actually 2 now, but like, there's gonna be a lot of speculation. Who knows what they'll run with this shit? Imagine, fucking, it's the end of World War II, and then all of a sudden another fucking World War-esque style calamity occurs, and motherfucking the Allied powers are like, we need to protect fucking Adolf Hitler, and there's like, Adolf Hitler, does that have anything to do with Adolf Hitler? Like, and it's like, actually, no, it's the guy that was designed specifically to fight him. But, like, like, they won't fucking know that. They'll be like, the Allies are working with fucking the Axis powers now. So they have to, there got to be something said. But, of course, the people who are more in the know, being Endeavor, who was there, and he was like, all right, he was after something called One for All. And he was after, specifically, Deku. And Deku knew that he was going to be after him before he was after him. And so what the hell? He knows something that we don't. And he's talking with All Might.
Put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, it's not going to be too hard. How? He was talking to me about that quirk manifestation that happened. Also, I was kind of a little with Black Whip, and we trained with that, and he told me how it kind of manifested with his anger, which completely unheard of. And then I can't quite remember because I was I was delirious and losing blood, but I swear he was just kind of floating, right? He was just kind of flying in that last fight. I know he can't fucking do that. What the hell was going on there? It's out of the bag for Endeavor. It absolutely is. Which is gonna be a crazy conversation. Think about that again, especially after this episode, where Endeavor was like, damn, everything I did was horrible, I'm bad, I'm on my path of redemption and all that. And then he finds out that All Might wasn't born with that power that was given to him. This was a power culminated through countless generations. Like, it was an unobtainable goal from the start.
Yep.
Like, and
then he's gonna feel like, oh, I did all this for nothing.
And it was just given to, and that's what he called. That's what he kind of thought of Deku when he first met him. Was like, you're one of the chosen. Like, you're one of those people like All Might, where you're just one of the chosen people. You're so much better than everybody right off the gate. And he kind of realized was wrong. when he started training him, he's like, I guess I was wrong. You're not one of the chosen. Like, you work really fucking hard, and you have a lot of stuff you have to juggle to get this down. And you're like me more than All Might. Like, but he's like, All Might gave him that power. Like, and that might be kind of demystifying, really, where it's like, is All Might really that special? Like, oh, I understand this power now. It's a mechanic where you pass it down to get stronger. You're like, oh, and look, the new holder, like, I had to teach his ass to not suck. Like, like, I wonder, I'm so excited for that conversation. But there's another fucking conversation I'm way more fucking excited for.
Deku's talking
in the Spirit World journey. Let's fucking go.
Going to the spirit realm.
So that's another thing that All Might says, where he's like, the me inside of him, like,
yep. So he's talking about his vestige inside.
His vestige, yeah. So,
yep.
You know, inside the young man, inside one for all. So now it kind of seems like All for One and Shiggy All for One are kind of are able to almost kind of semi-communicate, like have a vague understanding of their presence, which is why they were able to coordinate the EMP strike on Tartarus. So I wonder if maybe All Might has that as well. Like, can he kind of vaguely sense what's going on because of his vestige, All Might? Maybe that one, because the All for One inside of Shigaraki is fully formed. He is like a corporeal, like, his form is there.
Complete.
Yeah, he's 100%. Complete. All Might is a lot more lucid. He's a lot. He's not less solid. He's.
That's probably because he's just still alive.
Well, All for One's still alive.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe it is just, you know, he hasn't had that time to kind of manifest truly in the quirk yet.
Yeah.
But I'm so fucking excited for this. I so want to talk to the other users. Please get me those two other shadowy guys.
Please.
I'm so down. What the fuck? There was that one that died under mysterious fucking circumstances that we don't know about. And it's fucking... I am so goddamn fucking excited for this next episode. I think this was my favorite episode of the post-war.
This was fantastic.
Sure, like the Tartarus breakout was epic, and seeing Stain and Moonfish and Muscular and fucking Overhaul and Purple Lady, like all that was really fucking cool. And, you know, seeing like the immediate post-war with like Uraraka watching the guy give up, like I really liked that. But I really liked this. Anything else, Gabe? Before
I think we covered every nook and cranny. Yeah, I think we're good.
What a fucking episode!
This was great.
And man, of course Joe missed this one. But hey, at least, you know, we didn't. At least it wasn't manual sweep or something. But, but yeah, thank you all so much for watching. We've been the Custodians. I'm Rhett.
And I'm Gabe.
And if you haven't yet, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, support us on our social medias, and if you would, support us on Patreon. You know, you get this full length. All right, that's everything. Thank you for watching. Plus Ultra.